This EPB Classic Rerun is brought to you by Calvert and Nunn Insurance in Glasgow. Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
What do you have in your eyes? Are you just getting nervous?
No, I put my
She's nervous.
turtleneck over it and I let it go and it hurt. Yeah, I think. Welcome to the third edition of HVE Network. We will start out with the world news and even out of the world news. The 6 astronauts of the Space Shuttle Endeavour landed early last Saturday. They were elated by their accomplishments. They performed 2 spacewalks, released and retrieved a U.S. science satellite, and helped Japan capture a satellite that had been in orbit for nearly 8 years. In other space news, two new planets have been discovered in other galaxies. One planet contains a watery atmosphere. For all you Galileo fans out there, the probe which Galileo sent out is to inspect Jupiter lasted 57 minutes and traveled 100 miles below Jupiter's atmosphere before it succumbed to heat and pressure. The information it sent back to Galileo is being analyzed. Shuttle Columbia will fly as planned next month, whether or not the federal government shuts down again, according to the shuttle director. Hopefully another shutdown will be avoided. Mr. Jim Carroll told us that 114 had been laid off during the 4 weeks shutdown, plus an additional 28 layoff at the hotel, and this put everyone behind on their workload. When they did return, visitors who had planned their trips months in advance were angry, and some may never come back. Tourist numbers are still down, though the cave has still reopened. Also, there are still no budget figures from the government, so the staff at Mammoth Cave can't make final plans for the coming months about how many tours they can have this summer and other vital matters. Mammoth Cave not only closed because of the government shutdown, but because of the weather. The blizzard of 96 is still causing lots of problems in the Northeast. As it melts, flooding is occurring in Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, and Washington, D.C. Speaking of Washington, D.C., someone from there visited Louisville May HS this week. Can you guess who it was? It was someone who made the State of the Union speech the night before. That's right, President Clinton. School was dismissed 2 hours early so buses could clear out in preparation for the president, but most of the school's 1,400 students stayed for the speech as it may be their only chance to ever see a president. The president also visited a couple more sites in Louisville and left the state Wednesday night. In Kentucky news, the House and Senate Health and Welfare Committees will hold public hearings on the health reform law. Common questions about the state's health care measure involve increased premiums for the provider tax and insurance carriers leaving the state. Redistricting, which is necessary because of the 1994 Supreme Court ruling which said that Kentucky was split into too many counties, was discussed early in this Kentucky legislative session. A redistricting plan which redraws Kentucky county lines was passed by both House and Senate, but this bill is now being challenged in court. Now to Ryan with sports.
Hello, I'm Ryan Landrum with sports. I was for the Cowboys in the playoffs, and they were able to pull it through against the Green Bay Packers. I was for the Cowboys because I like some of their players. Who are you for, Justin?
I was for the Packers because that's my little league team.
Were you for the Colts or Steelers?
I was for the Colts.
Me too. What was that guy's name that missed that last pass?
His name was Billy Brooks, but he had at least 5 guys against him.
Are you ready for the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Who do you pick?
I picked the Steelers.
I picked the Cowboys.
Why though?
Because they're good.
The Cowboys are going to lose, you know it.
No, they ain't.
You want to bet?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll bet you a penny the Cowboys will lose.
I bet you that they'll win.
Shake on it.
They got too good offense.
Well, the Steelers got good defense and offense.
Well, the most important question is, are you all stocked up on snacks to eat while you're watching the bowl? What's your favorite snack?
Pizza, what's yours?
Pizza. Also, at least we agreed on something. Turning to basketball news, in pro basketball, the Chicago Bulls and the Orlando Magic are perfect at home this season. In college basketball, UK has had 2 great runaway wins over LSU and TCU. Our Sponge Ball Loser Trophy of the Week goes to LSU and TCU. Louisville beat Southern Miss 87-61. Western Kentucky went over Arkansas Little Rock 83-65. Before we report on Little League and Kiwanis games, we would like to show some footage from last night's Scotty game. Even if you lose, going to ball games can still be fun. There's the band, the cheerleaders, the players with new warm-up shirts, and the friends and food. Look for people from our school in this tape. is homecoming. Go out and enjoy it. We're going to take the Lady Scotties tonight in the homecoming festivities to show on HVE next week. Now Little League and performance sports. University of Louisville beat St. Louis 61-57. University of Louisville beat Southern Miss 61-87. UK beat LSU 125-88. UK beat TCU 124-8. UK beat Georgia 82-77. And Lady Scotties, they lost against Greenwood in double overtime. Tonight they are playing the Dairy County. Scotty men lost against Warren East and also lost against Metcalf. Tonight they are playing the Dairy County. JV ladies won against Dairy County. They also won against Greenwood 29-5. JV men lost against Clinton. And they won against Cumberland 51-25. And they lost by 8 to Warren. The lady freshmen lost against Grand County. The freshman men lost against Cumberland 24-48. 8th grade men lost first win of their season 58-44 to Brown County. The Scotties, the 8th grade Scotties, won against Park County 38-53. In Little League, the Hawks beat the Nunn. The Nuggets beat the Heat. The Mavs beat the Bullets. The 76ers beat the Suns. Cavs won over the Lakers. The Bucks beat the Spurs. The Bulls beat the Pistons 14-28. The Hornets beat the Pacers. The Warriors went over the Warriors. The Mavericks beat the Nets. And the Hawks beat the Knicks 33-30. The Jazz beat the Suns 28-18. And the Lakers beat the Magic 61-40. YMCA, the red team from the Bulls won the tournament. They won this week. Kiwanis girls' first game since Christmas. Cardinals beat the Magic 21-21. The Suns beat the Bobcats 25-17. The Bulls beat the Cardinals 38-23. The Suns beat the Magic. And the Magic beat the Suns 24-20. New YMCA Open League begins this week. And then that, the Bulls beat the Jets. Back to Chelsea with Chelsea with 12 minutes.
Good news on the local scene. Glasgow's nickname could be Safe City. In 1994, statistical book called Crime in Kentucky shows that Glasgow has the safest serious crimes of any city with populations over 10,000. Also in local news, Glasgow Barron County has been very successful in attracting industries. 1984 saw Glasgow and Barron County with a 39% increase in manufacturing jobs, such a large increase made 1995 a year of focus on filling these new jobs and meeting the needs of industries that were already here. Many area businesses and schools closed in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Day on January 19th. We contacted Mike Turner, leader of the Black Achievers Group, which meets at the YMCA, and though he knew of no parades or celebrations. In our area this year, plans were underway for local celebrations next year on Martin Luther King Day. Last in local news, have you visited the square lately? Though Glasgow is the safest city, we may not have the safest square. Within this month, a fire destroyed 2 businesses on the square. Our local fire department was able to keep the fire from spreading and damaging more stores. But a runaway truck slammed into a drugstore on the square this week. Thankfully, no one was injured. Now to local and national weather. Here to report on the weather is Justin.
Hello. In weather news this week, flooding from all the melting snow has caused major problems on the East Coast. In Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, and Washington, D.C., residents along the Ohio River should be prepared to evacuate to this weekend as it is rising. This includes some Kentuckians. Federal relief money has been sent to most of this area. 70% chance of rain. Today is 70% chance of rain. Weather should be windy and partly sunny with a low of 32 and a high of 50. Tomorrow will be partly sunny with a low of 28 and a high of 35 and windy. Much colder with a chance of morning flurries. Sunday, dry and cold, lows 15 to 20, highs middle 20s to lower 30s. Monday, dry and not as cold, lows in the 20s, high in the 40s. Now to national weather. Nation will have clear skies and a reasonable temperature. This week will bring on and off rain and snow to the west and the plains, with temperatures bouncing up and down in many areas, while the east is calmer. None of this week's storms should be major. Northern plains are staying cold with little snow, and mid-Atlantic states should stay mild. New England will be cooler. Southern California cool. In the Courier-Journal this week, I found the 90-day precipitation outlook, and Kentucky is above normal precipitation. Duh, like who couldn't have guessed that by now? Sometimes weather is easy for us kids to figure out. And in In the northern part of Washington, the low will be 30 and snow. In the northern part of California, it'll be 40 with a chance of showers. And then the middle part of it, the central part of Arizona will be snow. And the eastern part of Colorado will be 30, in the 30s. And the western part of Nebraska will be in the 20s with snow flurries. And in North Dakota, the northern part of North Dakota will be 0 degrees. And in the northeastern part of Texas, it will be 60 in the 60s. And in the southern part of Texas, it will be in the 70s. In the eastern part of Missouri, it will be in the 40s. In the northern part of Wisconsin, it will be 10 to 10 with a chance of snow. In the northeast part of Michigan, it will be up in the 20s. And in the northwestern part of Florida, it will be up in the 60s. And in the central part of Florida, it will be in the 70s. And on the coast of, around the coast of Virginia, it will be in the 50s. And the eastern part of Maine will be in the 30s. And the high of Hawaii would be 82 and the low would be 43. And now back to Chelsea. Tabitha.
Now to Tabitha with people personalities.
Hi, I'm Tabitha Oaks with People Personalities. Today we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Brian Dale, owner of the cinema. We have a few questions to ask you.
Thank you, Tabitha, for having me here on the HVE network. Appreciate it.
What made you decide to make the cinema bigger?
Well, when the weather's bad, like what you all just had on your weather report, it's nice to have a good movie to go see on the weekends. And by being bigger, we can have movies for everybody to watch.
Do you have a lot of tourist business in the summer?
We sure do. A lot of people from Mammoth Cave National Park come over and see a movie, as well as a lot of people visiting the lakes.
Is there any one time of the year that it is busier than others?
Sure is. When y'all are out of school, that's our busiest time. So even though school's important, we like to see you in the summertime.
Does having 7 theaters make it easier to get new movies or faster?
It makes it a lot easier to get new movies. This way we can always play a movie for the whole family and different things like that, and it really helps considerably.
Part of our anchor crew visited Mr. Dow at the Highland 7 Cinema this week to see what is involved in getting and showing a movie, and we found out a lot. After we show this video visit, Mr. Dale may want to tell you about the cost of a projection machine and the bulb that goes in it. I can't believe I was so close to something that expensive. Take it away, camera crew. Because this is where no kid has ever gone before.
Behind the scenes at the movie theater.
This is the projection room. The movies come in these cans.
There's 4 or 5 one of these in the can.
The movies are placed on the platter.
About a mile long, you can stretch them out.
From here, it can stretch out from here to McDonald's.
This is 1 second's worth of film.
This is the machine that projects it.
This is the machine that fixes the film.
We applied for a job, but they said come back later.
Here's a closer view of the projection machine. And here's a view of the theater from the projection room window. And down there, why, it's Tabitha and Chelsea waiting for their own private showing.
Next time you call movie information, you might hear our voices. They have an average of around 300 calls per day.
Well, I seem to have misplaced Chelsea and Tabitha. While I'm trying to locate them, I'll show you some footage of the newly remodeled lobby area. I hear some voices coming from the game room. Maybe that would be the next place to check. As you can see, we guessed correctly. A furious game of air hockey being played. Lots of other games are available too. Here they have birthday parties now at the cinema.
Ticket, please. Do you have any junk food? Sure. No movie was complete without a snack. Oh, I know it. I'm not going to wait. No, I can't get like
As you can see, Tabitha decided to have everything. See you next time at the movies.
Tell us how you get the movies you show.
We use a booking agency out of Cincinnati to help us get the movies.
Would you like to tell us about the projection machine in the book?
Sure. As you and Chelsea got to see out there, every second that you see on the screen is 1.5 feet of film. That's that much film every second. So the average movie's a mile long that you got to see. And the bulbs to project the image 80 feet cost about $1,200. That's an expensive light bulb. And the average projector is about $20,000 to $30,000.
Have videotape rentals changed the movie business?
About 10 years ago, videotapes hurt the theater business, but now people like movies more and they like to see the newest movies, so it's really helped in recent years.
What were some of your favorite movies as a kid?
Well, as a child, unfortunately, I grew up in a big city and all the theaters were downtown, so I didn't get to see as many movies. So I really like the Disney movies like Snow White and some of those, and the ones with the cartoons. So now I'm making up for it. I'm still a kid at heart.
How many movie theaters and drive-ins has Glasgow had?
Well, my wife's grandfather started some of the first theaters back in 1915. There was the Dixie and the Trig and the Plaza were downtown theaters. Then in 1949, there was the Star Drive-In that operated till 1986. And then her father built Cinema 1, 2, and 3 in 1978 out where the Highland 7 Cinemas is. So it's been a family tradition for 81 years now.
What can you tell us about your job that we haven't heard?
Well, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy doing it. Where else can I have fun and watch movies? And I like to see people enjoy movies. When you have Toy Story and Grumpy Old Men and people laugh, that's the fun part of the business.
Finally, we all want to know, will you run movie specials for schools next year?
Sure, we love to have the school shows because y'all are a very good group to have come visit us.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Now to Justin with Student of the Week.
Our student of the week is modeling clothes appropriate for this weekend's weather. He is wearing a coat and gloves, just right for temperatures of 20s and 30s. This coat is provided by the Happy Valley Lost and Found Department. If anyone in our viewing audience recognizes this coat as one belonging to their child, they may come to Happy Valley School and claim it. Our student of the week receives a gift certificate for a free meal, compliments of Shoney's of Glasgow, and also receives a golden pen from our school. This student is nominated by Miss Cash, Adam Russell. By Miss Goodwin. And now back to Chelsea. This is the end. See you next week. This is the end. See you next week.
This is the end. See you next week. Tune in at 9 a.m. next Friday.
Bye. Bye.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.